Hi, this is Hank Hanegraaff, president of the Christian Research Institute and host of the Bible Answer Man broadcast with another Hank Unplugged short. I recently did a Hank Unplugged podcast with Dr. Douglas Groothuis, who's the author of a new book titled Fire in the Streets, a book that we promote through the ministry of the Christian Research Institute. In fact, a book that is available for those who stand shoulder to shoulder with us in the battle for life and truth. In this book, Professor Groothuis exposes the influence of critical theory. He explains its origins, and he subjects the notion to a withering analysis. And one of the points that he makes is that thousands upon thousands of Christians have been taken in by this poisonous worldview. And as a result, they are aiding and abetting the conquest of the church in America. A conquest that is at odds with the very gospel itself. And as I was thinking about that, I received a link to YMCA Canada. And what's interesting about this is YMCA originally stood for, and you have to take the acronym and actually associate the words to this acronym, Y Young, M Men's, C Christian, A Association, YMCA, Young Men's Christian Association. This was an association that was all about values. Values that are found in the Christian worldview that has influenced Western civilization. Values of respect and responsibility, of honesty. But now, the YMCA in Canada has become entirely woke. YMCA Canada proudly celebrates, this is right from their website, celebrates our 2SLGBTQIA+, and it resists and dismantles cis heteronormativity, a word that has unfortunately snuck into our own vocabularies. So this alphabet soup that I just now mentioned is sometimes hard to wrap your mind around. What is SLGBTQIA? Moreover, what is 2SLGBTQIA+? Well, it stands for two-spirit, lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer or questioning, intersex, asexual, and additional sexual orientations and gender identities. I'm proud of myself for being able to figure that out because the Canadian Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau, actually stumbled over this. He was applauding this, he was supporting this, but he had a very hard time saying this. He once said, "I will never apologize for standing for LGDP, LGT, LBG." And then finally, someone in the audience helped him get it right. But anyway, he will never apologize for standing for the alphabet soup that gives kids rights to not have to undergo conversion therapy, at least in that particular quote or clip of Justin Trudeau talking about what he stands up for. But from his perspective, while conversion therapy, at least as he defines it, is a misnomer, it's perfectly acceptable to support the undergoing of children, the undergoing or the submission or whatever to an unholy triad of puberty blockers, cross-sex hormones, and irreversible surgical savageries. This even though the vast majority of cases of gender dysphoria in youth will naturally resolve themselves by adulthood. But the YMCA Canada website is clear. They're committed to diversity, inclusion, and equity. They like to invert those words, but this is really the DIE acronym. Diversity, inclusion, and equity. They usually don't like that acronym, so they say diversity, equity, inclusion. The policy not only wants us to support equal opportunity, but something far more sinister. And that is they want to mandate equal outcomes. That's why the transition from equality to equity. Equal treatment means we all end up in the same place, and that is the quintessence of Marxist communism. I suppose my point in bringing this to your attention is, as Professor Groothuis has well said, this is poisonous. And unfortunately, Christians or Christian organizations or formerly Christian organizations are now aiding and abetting a Marxism that threatens to undo Western civilization. Well, as I always say, we can curse the darkness or we can build a lighthouse in the midst of the gathering storm. I hope you will do just that. Join me in making a difference while there is yet time. Again, thanks for tuning in.